It's almost perfect. Needs one thing though. There.
No. That's
ruined
hideous.
it.
That's not even perfect.
What are you talking about?
That's
You're
not-
hideous.
No, this is hideous. Come
What are you
on.
talking about?
It needs clothes. Like the dress
Doesn't
clothes.
need clothes.
Hey, guys. It all depends on what you're into. If you want to see real art, come to the Armstrong School District Art Show at Canning High School.
Education Today starts now.
Hello, welcome to Education Today. I'm Curtis Moyer from Armstrong School District. As spring weather arrives, so will the Armstrong School District's annual art show. This year it is Thursday, May 10th through Saturday, May 12th at Canning High School. You and your family won't want to miss this extraordinary celebration of our students' artistic talents. Hundreds of examples of students' artwork will be on display. To talk more about the art show and the value of art education, we have some special guests with us. First, we will hear from two art teachers and later art students. Welcome to Education Today.
Thank you, Curtis.
Please tell us briefly about yourselves.
Well, I'm Robin Lemon. I'm the art teacher at Canning Senior High School, and I teach 10th, 11th, and 12th grade visual arts. And we are having our art show at the Canning Senior High School Gymnasium, the 10th, 11th, and 12th, and it's open to the public from 1 to 8, Thursday and Friday, and from 10 till 4 on Saturday. And it's like representative of the entire Armstrong School District, all the artwork of all the students. So we really want everyone in Armstrong County to come and see what our students have done. And we do have some work behind us, but there are thousands of pieces of artwork that we actually put up each year. I think it shows the district and the public that the art students are producing and on a level that the public and even their teachers are amazed.
Yes, very impressive. Myself, my name is Sarah Jeffers. This is my third year in the district. Currently I am at Lenape Elementary. I was at Dayton Elementary the past 2 years. I'm here to represent the elementary aspect of this. And not only are we hosting it at Katanning High School, but the high school aspect is going to be represented as well as the elementary. So we're going to have, like she said, thousands of pieces, and we're here to portray that.
Okay, will you give us a big picture? What will people see at this year's art show?
Well, we're focusing in on Katanning Senior High School, our set design from our recent musical, Crazy About You. Our 2s and 3 students participated heavily in doing the set design and the set painting. The set design was by Craig Klugen, and with his students. He had a group of students that worked on it, that built them, and then my students painted them. And they're very in-depth, and they agreed, the music department agreed to let us keep them, and we saved them so that we could put them back up in the middle of the gym so the public could come and see. And the renderings and the perspective are amazing. And when my students speak later on, they will tell you how they have learned so much from doing the set designs. And it's an amazing town that we built, and it's going to be in the center, and it's all in 3-dimension, and we're very, very proud of the work that they've done. The theme is celebrating the arts, and what it is going to do is celebrating arts from elementary up. So our students in the senior high level, they basically work on different mediums, like they do watercolor, pointillism, charcoals, so that they are introduced at one level of just the medium, and then as they grow, they enter their own creativity to it. And you can see their work has progressed to a point that's a level that when they go to college, that they're right on schedule with everybody else or better. So we're really proud of their work. And then the elementary, Ms. Jeffers will talk about it.
Sure. It's neat to see because you have this extreme talent from the high school, and it's balanced by the beginnings where they start the basic techniques that they're learning. Usually when we set up the art show, the elementary is set around the perimeter of the gymnasium, and then the high school work is in the center. So it'll be really interesting to see how it all fits together.
How did the idea for the art show come about, and how long has it been going on?
This is our 9th year.
Okay.
And it started with the group of art teachers going together. And we used to have a show at the Belmont. There was a district show, and then we decided to move it to the school. Instead of each school having their own individual, have it so that the whole community could come at different times to different schools and showcase each area, but have everybody come into that area. So it actually originated with the art teachers.
I have something interesting to point out about that. My senior year in high school at Ford City, I participated in the very first one. So it's neat to see it not only from a perspective now as a teacher, but I understand what the students feel and how proud they are about it.
And Miss Jeffers was one of my students.
Yes.
Cool. What age levels will enjoy the art show?
Oh, this is absolutely for everyone. Not only the younger students, where they'll be able to see possibly their own work, but students their age. And of course, parents, high school students, everybody will enjoy it.
Which parts will appeal to the youngest kids, and which parts will appeal to the middle school and teenagers even?
Well, the youngest students love their own work.
Right.
They are so proud. I mean, you can see them when they walk in with their parents. It was like a beeline trying to find their work. I mean, that's what they're there to see. They want to see their work on exhibition, and which is basically all students want that, and all artists want that. When you go to an exhibition, you're looking at your own work. You want to see it, but they're very excited, and their grandmothers and mothers and dads and their aunts and uncles all come to see, like if they have that one piece of work up on the wall. Now the high school kids, they do of course bigger pieces, so they're just as proud to have their stuff there. They want everything to be, to look at their work as they look at other people's work, to see like what work is better, and they're amazed at every artist is amazed at another artist's skill. So for the older kids, it's like they are so astounded by what other kids can do from other schools.
Something to look up to.
Yeah, so every year I think they strive to be the best piece of work there. So it's really exciting.
I see you brought some artwork with us.
Yes, I did. I didn't bring any students with me, so instead I brought some artwork. I'll just show you some things. This was done by some 6th grade students. There's 3 here. But we basically talked about bamboo Chinese painting, and they really practiced a lot, and their final pieces came out really, really excellent, I thought.
And I think it's like such a sophisticated level when you see it's
I was really proud of them.
put out like that. I mean, the placement, I think it's great. Parents will be amazed at that.
And next we did some practicing on value with grays, darks, lights, and our subject matter was robots. So they painted this in. It was a little bit difficult. They had to mix their own colors, but I think they were very successful overall. Just recently we did some talking about endangered species, so they chose their own animal, and we did some drawings of it, and then they painted it in.
That's very nice.
And the emphasis was on the environment, not only the animal.
And I think what people have to realize is through an eyes of a child, their artwork is as good as anyone's. They cannot see the difference in other people's artwork. Everybody thinks that theirs is the best.
This was something we did closer to the beginning of the school year. They studied flowers in Van Gogh, the artist Van Gogh, so we tried to represent sunflowers in a vase. I think I have another one here coming up too. These ones are a little bit smaller, but the students worked with apples, and we talked about watercolor. Not only just painting, a red apple as a shape, but looking at different colors and shapes, how they blended.
I think they're beautiful.
Yeah.
They're beautiful.
Thank you. Here's another one of the sunflower paintings that we looked at before. We really focused on how the water would look through the vase and how the stems would be portrayed. this is getting into, you'll see more seasonal work with pumpkins for fall, but they really worked with pastels, trying to get good shadows and blending techniques. There's another one here. Same thing. This one again is more a seasonal work, but we worked with Christmas bulbs and they tried to blend the colors, shading, so I think that was pretty successful. This last one here focused more on a work by the artist Kandinsky, and we talked about different color schemes, so they had to follow directions and paint in each circle with a different color scheme. So that's the artwork I have with me tonight. Thank you. Tonight, and you'll see tons more of it at the show.
Okay, if you're just joining us, we're talking about the upcoming Armstrong School District Art Show. It's set for Thursday, May 10th, Friday, May 11th, and Saturday, May 12th at Katanning High School. This is a must-attend event. We're now going to take a look at some of the Armstrong School District's student artwork, and we'll be right back with more education today to talk with the students. We're back with Armstrong School District's Education Today, and now we're joined by some of our artistically talented youth. Would you please introduce yourselves?
Hi, I'm Anna Shriver, and I'm a sophomore at Katanning High School.
I'm Chelsea Kibben. I'm also a sophomore at Katanning High School.
My name is Dana Heller, and I'm a junior at Katanning High School.
I'm Carly Oakes, and I'm a junior at Katanning High School.
I see you brought some artwork with you. Would you please describe it to us?
Yeah, okay. Well, here I have a pointillism picture. And first, what you would do with these, you would sketch them out. And then these are all dots that you do, and you have to find the colors if you're going to do colors, or if you're going to do like black and white, you just use black for the dots. And this takes a long time, don't you think?
Yeah.
And you just have to sit there, and you kind of go crazy after you do so many.
And you have to find like how to be consistent with your dots, because it's hard.
Yeah, exactly.
It has to look neat.
Your dots have to be all the same size. And Carly, you have some too, don't you?
Yeah, I have my final project from last year, and pointillism was one of mine. But we had to take a picture from the internet or a magazine and graph it out and sketch it and make it the same picture 4 times and then do it in 4 different media. So that was hard, but because you had to make everything look identical.
I have a colored pencil drawing here, and I had to graph it first and then sketch it and draw it, and then it takes a lot of time because you have to put layers of colored pencil on it, and you have to get the colors to match your picture and everything and blend the colors together. But after you're done, it turns out pretty good.
I have a charcoal drawing here, and like most of the works we have to do, we have to graph everything out, and then we have to sketch it first, and then you can start with the charcoal. And probably the biggest problem with the charcoal is it's really messy. You have to make sure you always keep your work clean and your work area clean, or else it will start to smear. But this is my charcoal drawing from last year, and it's smeared a little bit, but it still looks pretty neat.
Yeah, we also have some over here, charcoal drawings.
What were the challenges of working in those particular medias?
Well, definitely for mine was you have to be very patient with your dots, or else you have to be very consistent also, or else art in general you have to be patient with.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Probably for mine was to match the colors together and blend the colors to get the right colors. So that's probably the hardest for mine.
Like I said, because charcoal is so messy, I think the biggest problem I had was keeping it clean and making sure it didn't smear everywhere. But it was all right.
Probably for mine was making each picture look identical to one another, because that was the whole point of it, to do it in a different media, but then to look all the same.
In your own words, what is the importance of art education?
I think it's very important to take art in high school because it teaches you how to like your problem-solving skills. Like you have to take an image and you have to recreate it by yourself, like on a piece of paper with paint or whatever. So it like helps you learn to problem solve.
It also expands your mind, like your creativity. So you'll get more creative in other classes too whenever you do projects.
What are your future plans with art? Will it be a hobby or could be something more?
Mine's probably going to be a hobby, I know for a fact, but I don't know if I'm going to have any future plans with it.
Mine will probably be also a hobby too.
I don't know if after high school I will continue with studio art, but I'd like to stick with something maybe like graphic art or photography or something like that. But I'm definitely going to keep up with art.
I actually might go to college to major in art education, but even if I don't, I'll keep up with art classes in college.
Tell me a story of how each of you became interested into art.
Well, for Carly and I here, in 9th grade we actually had a study hall in Mrs. Lemon's room, and that up until that year they had been struggling keeping students in the art program. So Mrs. Lemon kind of recruited us into the art program, and we both were able to fit it into our schedules, and we've been taking art ever since.
For me, my mom always did art, and she had pictures up in our house, and I always wanted to be like my mom, so that's why I started doing art.
Yeah, I've always been like creative with stuff, and I've always just wanted to take art class. So thank God my friends did it with me.
In your opinion, should every student be involved in art? And if so, why would they?
Definitely.
Yeah.
At least
Most
some form of
definitely.
the arts, like theater or
Oh,
music
yeah.
or something, because I think it makes you a more well-rounded student and like a person. So
Make a lot of friends too.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Is there anything else you would like to share to the benefit of the viewing public?
Come to the art show.
Yeah.
Come see the show.
Okay, if you're just joining us, we're talking about the upcoming Armstrong School District Art Show. It is set for Thursday, May 10th, Friday, May 11th, and Saturday, May 12th at Katanning High School. This is a must-attend event. We are now going to a short break, and we'll be right back with more education today and a discussion of art education with our teachers. We're back with Armstrong School District's Education Today. We're joined again by teachers Robin Levin and Sarah Jeffers. In your own words, what is the importance of art education?
Well, personally, I think that art education is something that teaches creative thinking. It teaches not only to be your own individual mind, but someone who can produce something that you're proud of. So it's not only the process, but the product as well.
Now, I think it's like creates like your upper level thinking skills. For a child, like especially today when everything's like computers and TV, and there's like they're bombarded with sounds, and I think it's a time that a child, from the time they're small, can sit down with an idea and like go through the process of developing the idea, the process, the media, and come up with like a concrete idea, like the thing that they had in their brain now is down in front of them. And I think all children need a time that they are by themselves developing their thinking skills. And there's art, music, theater, any of those things that your child can be involved in. That really makes, when they go to school, an easier time for them because they already have these skills. They know how to do the process of thinking and coming up with an idea and then producing it, which I don't think today, when our kids are in front of the computer and they're in front of the TV, that they get that. It's all noisy. And this is a quiet thing. And it's something that, as a person grows, they become more mature in everything they do. And when they go to math class, they figure out how to problem solve. Well, they've already done that as a small child when they've been in art class. They know how when they're doing something, it doesn't turn out, and they have to think it through again, and they have to redo it, and then they finally come up with the answer, which is the same thing. So I think that if you see children that are in music, they're better in math. They're in art, they're better at problem solving, they're better in math. And I've found that my better students are A students. Like, it's not one of those subjects where people used to think that, like, well, that's something that people would go into they weren't very intelligent. Well, to be able to produce the kind of work that these students are producing, they have to have these thinking skills. They're brilliant children in most cases. Mostly your best work comes from your brightest children. So if you would start your children at an early age, I think that you would see that more children would have these skills in thinking and problem solving. Besides being something that, as you grow into an adult, if you remain engaged in all these different areas of art, theater, and music, that you are a more rounded person, you add to your community, and your community adds to your life. So I can't imagine a life without it. And I don't think any child should ever have that excluded from their education.
How can parents and grandparents watching tonight's show promote artistic ability and appreciation in their kids, and any advice along those lines?
Well, I think parents, grandparents, anybody that's related or involved with a child's life should be encouraging to the student. Take them places where art is included, for example, the art show, but also museums in the area. Give them the opportunity.
Yes, Pittsburgh and the surrounding areas, they are filled with galleries and museums that a lot of students have never been to. And I think it's such an experience to go to an art opening or go to the museum and see work that you talked about when you were in elementary school and then in senior high, and then you go to the Metropolitan or down to Pittsburgh to the museum. You're amazed at the size of it and that you actually know something about it. So, and I think a parent, like if you have a child that says, I don't have anything to do, well, get paper and pencils and markers and let them sit down with that, and I think that it will fill their days with things that are creative and good for their mind.
In a perfect world, what would happen for every child's artistic development?
Perfect world. We would have all the art supplies that we could ever want, like high quality professional art supplies, and everyone would be able to use them. Everybody would have a teacher with them to help them and encourage them and nurture them in their skills.
Should every student be involved in the arts, and why?
I think they should be involved with the arts. at least just to get the exposure to it, to decide whether that's something they want to continue with as a hobby or like we talked before about the creative problem solving.
And I do think that a lot of times the students, if they're involved in the arts, they're a more successful student. And they seem to go on, if it's not in that area, but some other area, they'll be successful in, because they have had to discipline themselves in one area, so they discipline themselves in their educational life also.
Was there anything else you would like to share for the benefit of the viewing public?
We just want to make sure that everybody does at least check it out. Come to the art show. It is a free event. It's something that's local, doesn't take time out of your day to...
And it's free to the public. And we just encourage everyone to be there just so that you can see how proud our students are of their work. So,
and how proud their teachers are.
And we're very, very proud of them.
Well, that's our show for today. I'd like to thank you all for appearing on the show. Hope you had a great time. I'd like to also thank our film crew. Today we had TV production students from Elderton and West Shamokin Junior Senior High Schools. Way to go, guys. Please join us next week for another look at Armstrong School District. Check out our website to see samples of student artwork, and have a great week.
Thank you, Chris.
Thank you.